solid come to me. My first 9 months, I was in an older truck. I had a lot of breakdowns and whatsoever, but no one took care of me. The end of the year always justified the bad weeks. I made what I wanted to make. They were pretty honest with me. They treated me pretty well. Like I said, it's trucking. So I did Class B before this, and I did ACE and electrical before this. So this is kind of Melton has been my start. I went out with the trainer. I also went out with the trainer, waited for a while with him. Back then, they were going through a rotation of the training supervisor. So I waited a while. Then we have a lot more trainers now. I spent 2 or 3 weeks with the trainer. I did get right into a truck though once I started. An old 680 condo. I'm in a new automatic now, and no super trucker here, so I don't mind the auto. Auto's been good to me, especially this truck. I've only been in the shop one time, and I've been in this truck for like about 9 months. My first truck, I went in the shop every 4 weeks, it seemed like. It was just the way the dice roll. Guess I kind of got to a limit. We do pay for shop status and all that. It's never going to be as good as rolling ever. When you're rolling and you're getting good miles, you're on top of the world. When you're bad weeks, you get... My first year, I always like to ask people, experienced guys, my first year, whether it was Melton or other companies, I always had this one question, right? This one question I would ask an experienced driver, and that question was, what was their best piece of advice in all their years of trucking? In all their years of trucking, what would it be? Their number one advice to a guy getting into it. I've had answers that have been off the wall, and somewhat crazy, but one answer was, it was from a million-miler Melton driver, and it was, if you're married, don't go home without calling. So I make sure I call. But there was this experienced driver for Prime, that he was an owner-operator, but his truck was on with Prime, and he told me a piece of advice, and it stuck with me. He told me trucking is a roller coaster. It normally pays very well on an annual basis, but his advice was, there are going to be weeks that you're on top of the world, where you're gonna gross $2,000 or something like that, and you're on top of the world, and then the next week or in the next 2 weeks you're gonna have a terrible week to where if you don't have money put up, you're wondering how you're gonna pay your bills. And on those bad weeks, on those bad weeks, you're gonna want to throw your sandals or your shoes out the window and chase after them. He said the key to trucking is to get past that day and that bad week, because better roads are on the horizon. And I can say, in my experience, at a year and a half now, that is my tip. Like, if anybody asks me, even if I'm training somebody, I tell them, I'm like, you're gonna have your great weeks, you're gonna have your bad weeks. Welcome to a roller coaster. When you're on that low, you want to get back up, because that next week could be at that pinnacle, and you want to get to that. And but let's talk a little bit about Melton. I started at Melton, and I think the pay's still the same. If you're coming out of CDL school, Melton especially is a really good company to start with. But it starts with a week of orientation, which I believe is $500. everything after that is paid based off of melton miles. Like I make 50. Everything I make now is melton miles. I think I'm at 51. So everything after that is based off of 120,000 mile increments. So, but I don't want to get too much into that because I know there's melton videos out there where guys talk about that. I want to talk about melton in general. Melton in general, I see bads, you know, I see pros and I see cons. I know I've made well at melton. I also know I run how melton is kind of set up. The shortest I've ever went home in melton is 4 weeks. I normally stay out 6 to 8 weeks, which gives me them, I live in Louisiana, so it gives me them nice, good long runs to the West Coast. Or them good 2,000 mile runs, I can get them. But it's a melton's a 7-day-a-week company. We have regional, you know, they have regional companies like TMC, Maverick, P&S. I personally, I like to work 6 to 8 weeks and then take a week off. Like I lose paychecks a year, but I still make what melton has told me I'm gonna make, which is a decent living where I'm at. Very decent. Louisiana, live like a king. Not hurt. Money in the bank. I don't live, like bad weeks don't really affect me too much because I have income in the bank for that. Savings, all that good stuff. And I also have a family and I claim like I'm single, so I pay a shit ton in taxes. I really do want to change that though, because to see them great weeks and just see Uncle Sam say, let's have at it, I'm not a big fan of that. But anyways, now we do have per diem now. I'm gonna try it out. I'm not necessarily a big fan of it based off of what I've looked at on most companies. What they offer per diem, they'll take cents per mile and stuff like that. Melton is not taking cents per mile, so they're not dropping your pay and then giving you on tax. They charge you $2 a processing fee. We all know that's not much. $2 isn't much. So at my 51 cents, I paid so much in taxes this year. I'm just gonna see kind of how it affects me. But at 51 cents